What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the rather beautiful village of Zipolite at the Pacific coast of Mexico. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a traveling update with this video. After we left San Cristobal, the weather was getting bad in San Cristobal, a lot of thunderstorms in the evening and in the afternoon, so we decided to leave and we checked out this really awesome canyon which I posted the last video of, where I did also some bouldering. It was really a nice place, lots of wild animals, lots of plants, lots of nature basically, and it was an awesome experience really to see this kind of firsthand, you know. And after 3 days of being there, we further went down to a place called Puerto Arista, which is at the Pacific coast of Mexico as well. And I found some cool plants there, to say the least, and I think I will show you this in a few shots. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mexico. Yesterday we arrived in Puerto Arista on the Pacific coast, and now I thought I'll take you on a little trip foraging for some breakfast. Check this out. So what we have here is actually a mango tree. As you can see, loads of mangoes, and on the floor everywhere there's full of ripe mangoes. And I tell you, these mangoes taste so incredibly good. I already had like 7 or 8 of them, and as you can see, the mango tree is really beautiful. It's like a really short trunk, and then it branches out really quickly and makes a huge span over a nice big surface area, which makes the fruits easy to harvest, you know. Amazing tree. Mangoes are falling down here. Every 10 seconds another mango is hitting the ground. It's amazing. But that's not the only useful edible tree which is growing in this nice little campground here. Let's check another one out. La 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 la. Whoa. What do we have here? Look at that. So this, my friends, is a blurry picture of a cashew apple. Muchas gracias. So this is a cashew apple, and as you can see, on top of it, it's sitting this little shell here, which contains, you might have guessed it, the cashew nut. So as you can see, you've got only one nut per fruit, and actually the fruit is hanging down like this from the tree, and the cashew nut is on the bottom. And what is important to note is that this shell here is toxic actually, just as well as the cashew nut inside is a little bit toxic, and that's why the whole thing has to be cooked first in a kind of elaborative process to make it edible. And this is part of the reason why cashew nuts are that expensive, and why they can't be eaten raw. You get a severe intoxication if you try to do so, so I would not recommend it. So let's see if we can find the corresponding tree. Oh yeah, there we have it. Oh yeah. So as you can see, here we have a bunch of cashew apples hanging down, and here you can see the leaves of the tree. It's actually a really beautiful tree here. Here's the next bunch. Looks amazing. And from Puerto Arista we took another big leap to the west to this awesome place here. It's called Zipolite, as I said before, and yeah, it looks really amazing, almost like a little pirate town built into these cliffs, into these rocks. Amazing beach here with huge waves. I gotta tell you, I played around a little bit with those waves down out there in the ocean, and I got hit by a big one, and it was, I don't know, I got pressed underwater like for about 30 seconds or so inside the washing machine, you know. So you definitely gotta be a little bit careful here, although the beach is sand only and it's very fine and comfortable sand, you know. But these waves press you underwater, and wow, it's really amazing how powerful these water masses are. And that's the first major difference comparing this to the Atlantic coast, you know. At the Atlantic coast you didn't have such powerful waves. And that's also the reason why in why in Cipolite there are a lot of surfers actually. Other than that, I would say it's a little bit too hot for my taste. It's really hot, especially in the evening, and it's really hard. It's hard on my productiveness, you know, because when it's so hot all the time, you're getting kind of lazy, laying around in the hammock and just waiting until it's over. So that's why I got up today early in the morning to shoot this video when it's not so hot still. And as you can see, I've got a little papaya here, which I think I'm going to eat, and afterwards I'm gonna show you around a little bit here in Cipolite. And I think in the afternoon I'm gonna conduct a little bit of a session. I want to break some personal bests today regarding my push-pull workouts and my finish in the hangboard sessions. So let's see if we can get this done today. Let's smash the papaya in and catch you guys later. Look at that. Simply amazing. So we are actually quite high here. Don't want to do any step further, or you will end up smashing down this pretty stony cliff. Doesn't look too convenient. I think you could harvest some guana, or what it's called, down there, which in some parts of South America actually they use as a fertilizer. It's basically bird shit, and yeah, it's a really elaborative process. You have to get to the island, kind of put that stuff into bags and ship it onto the other side where you can use it. So back at the hostel, taking a little noon break because it's already getting fucking hot, I tell you guys. So we're gonna cut this little bad boy open and have some fun. Oh yes, there we go. So thirsty already. Oh, look at that. That's what I would call an ideal culinary start in a day in such a climate. Watery fruit, one papaya, one watermelon, getting the sugars in, getting a lot of water in. I also would recommend to store them in the fridge, so then you get it cold, you know, with a little bit of freshness added to the whole stuff. Alright, so we are here at the main road of Cipolite, and as you can see, that's where all the tiny little stores and tiny little restaurants and tiny little hotels are. I'm not living here, a little bit more down the road in a tiny little hostel, which I'm gonna show you later. And another interesting side story, during today's morning swim I got stung by a tiny little stinging ray, I think. I stepped on something which was covered by a super thin layer of sand. I think it was something jelly, and as soon as I stepped on it, it snapped away with incredible speed, and while it was doing that, it was kind of shooting its tail into my foot. Instantly, it hurt extremely badly. I've never felt such a pain on such a small area before in my life. So I instantly ran out of the water and checked what it was. And I had only a tiny little dark spot on my foot, blood coming out of it. Then the pain went away, which was quite convenient, and I could keep on swimming and stuff. And now it actually starts to flare up again. So there might be some kind of toxic substance in there, I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm gonna pick up some fruit now, and after that I'm gonna conduct a session. And here I jump into voiceover mode for a little commentary of this fingerboard session. As you can see, after a little warm-up, I tried to make some max hangs. Just tried basically to hang the fingershinder one-handed as solidly as possible, and it didn't actually go too badly for 1.5 months of only very soft to nothing climbing when it comes to bouldering or climbing or training or anything. So I was quite happy with that. And what I did next, and that's what I actually want to explain in a little bit more detail here, is kind of an advanced hangboard session. It's called repeaters. And what you want to do for these repeaters for each set is basically you hang 7 seconds, rest 3 seconds, hang 7 seconds again, rest 3 seconds, and you repeat this kind of pattern 6 times, so that one set has a total time of 1 minute. And what this does is it kind of simulates the process during climbing of gripping holds and letting holds go. And this is supposed to be really nice for developing finger strength, you know. And the intensity should be in such a way that the 6th repetition of each set should be only very hardly completable. So you kind of want to go to your limit there, and you should feel that your forearms get quite a lot of burn when the set comes to the end, you know. And I did one more repetition here because I thought I still have quite some power left in my forearms, so why not? And when your set is done, you want to rest for 1 to 3 minutes until your next set. And this depends on kind of how fit you feel, you know. You should feel kind of a little bit of a constant pump in your forearms, just like a little bit when power endurance training. So much for repeaters. I think I'm gonna make a whole separate video on that when I'm back at home. Now let's continue with the vlog. Alright guys, so I'm already a little bit tired. It's around, I would say, 10 in the evening or something. And slowly the heat from the day cools down, but only very slowly. It's still very hot, super moist. I think I'm gonna make a little room tour for you through this hostel. By the way, this is 50 pesos per night, which is the cheapest so far here in Mexico. It's an equivalent of 2.50 euros per night. Can you imagine getting a bed and a mosquito net and everything that is needed, basically shower, toilet, kitchen, for 2.50 euros per night. 2.50 euros per night. Let's check it out. So this is my bed for 2.50 per night. As you can see, big thick mosquito net. And this is another point why I don't like this place so much, because due to the hotness and humidness, you get an extreme amount of mosquitoes in the night. And it's just hell on earth, especially for me, because I don't know, I think these mosquitoes somehow love me when I'm around. Nobody else gets attacked. All the mosquitoes wanna suck my blood, I don't know why. It's really annoying. Anyway, nice little evening breeze. You cannot see too much because my camera is pretty shit in low light. But anyway, I'm gonna end this vlog here. I think tomorrow I'm gonna leave this place for Oaxaca City, and there we should get a nice rock climbing gym and a nice rock climbing wall. So it's supposed to be awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up and some comments if you got something from it, as always. And I'll see you guys in the next